بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم۔
شروع اللہ کے نام سے جو رحمان و رحیم ہے۔
اقرأ بسم ربک الذی خلق۔
پڑھو اے نبی اپنے رب کے نام کے ساتھ جس نے پیدا کیا۔
خلق الانسان من علق۔
جمے ہوئے خون کے ایک لوتھڑے سے انسان کی تخلیق کی۔
اقرأ وربک الاکرم۔
پڑھو اور تمہارا رب بڑا کریم ہے۔
الذی علم بالقلم۔
جس نے قلم کے ذریعے سے علم سکھایا۔
علم الانسان ما لم يعلم۔
انسان کو وہ علم دیا جسے وہ نہ جانتا تھا۔
السلام علیکم۔ بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم۔ I welcome all the parents and the students of BCS from the core of my heart. Actually, today is the 31st December of 2020. And thanks Almighty Allah, it has come to an end. It was a very painful year, a panic year for all the Muslims of the world. But we faced all the problems with all patience and tolerance. What we faced, I'm going to tell you, we faced many problems. We lost many lives, especially doctors. And when this coronavirus had entered in Pakistan, it was the month of February. And since then, we had a great loss. First of all, the academic year of the children had been totally destroyed. Secondly, the innocent girls had been victimized. Then, due to the coronavirus, there was unemployment in our country. All the people were facing difficulties. We were all involved in adversities. But thank Almighty Allah, adversities always teach us the lesson of being strong and powerful. And by the grace of Almighty Allah, we are Muslims. Actually, see, I'll tell you one thing. They say the coronavirus has come from there, from here and from there. But always remember, when the Muslims forget about their religion, they don't recite Holy Quran. They keep it as a decoration piece on the bookshelves. They don't even spread the prayer mat to offer namaz. They don't even recite the Holy Quran, and they don't recite the Durood Sharif. So, all these are counted as the wrath of Allah. Wrath means azab. But what happened? The innocent children were the victims. The doctors who were saving the others' life, they were the victims. So thanks Almighty Allah, we faced the problems. And today is the 31st December. And really, it was a very bad experience. It was the worst year in my life. Now, please raise your hands, offer dua, and say to Almighty Allah, the year 2021 must be a fortune for all the Muslims. The worst condition was that the Muslims could not perform Umrah or Hajj. Kaaba was sealed. The mosques were locked. Did it happen like that? Never. It never happened. It was a great examination. Thanks Almighty Allah that He has given us a strong will to perform everything. So don't forget to recite Holy Quran or to recite Durood Sharif and offer prayers and pray that 2021, which was a great loss for us, may Allah give us the 2021 as a gift. May he fulfill all our requirements. Thank you so much. Come to the point. I commence my lecture in the name of Allah. Actually, today I'm going to teach you the preposition. The preposition is also the parts of a speech. And here is the definition, because grammar needs all the definitions. Without the definitions, you can't learn anything. You can cram other, like a channel, book or anything, but you can't cram grammar. You have to understand it properly. A preposition is a word which shows the relation between two parts of speech, noun, pronoun. The apples are on the desk. Apples is a noun, and sometimes noun and noun also have. The mouse is near the table. Okay? The bolt is below the tube light. Okay, first I will just, फिर आपको problem हो जाएगा. The cat is under the table. The cloud is above the aeroplane. The apples are in the basket. See, always preposition shows the relation about the subject and the object. Subject is apples and object is on the desk. The apples are on the desk. The apples are in the basket. So you have seen above, in, on, near, below, under. These are called the prepositions. Preposition always shows the position of a place, of a person, or anything. I hope you might have understood. Suppose I have written this sentence. A letter is from. Is it a complete sentence? No, it's not a complete sentence. To complete the sentence, you have to use preposition and its object. Now, a letter is from Alim. Alim is the object of a letter. A letter is from Lahore. A preposition needs an object. If there is no object, it means the sentence is incomplete. Is it right? Did you understand? Now come and open your book, Renan Martin. This is the book, page number 171. Please turn to page number 71, prepositions. Theek. A preposition is a word placed before a noun or a pronoun to show in what relation the person or thing denoted by the noun stands to something else. Okay? Come to exercise 1. Pick out the prepositions in the following sentences. Please take a pencil in your hand and just underline the prepositions. Father is not at home. Let us go for a walk. He has eaten nothing since yesterday. The boy fell off his bike. What is that in your hand? He was among the crowd. I gave 50 rupees for it. I don't know anything about it. Let us walk along the shore. The policeman is on duty. I hope you have underlined. This is all the copy work. Then after that, you will do it in your copy. Now, as I told you in short about object of preposition. I'm reading about a preposition. Page number 172. A preposition must have an object. If we say the letter is from, the sentence is not complete. The letter must be from somebody or some place. From somebody. I wrote the name from somebody, Alim. Place, I have written Lahore. We must say the letter from Alim. The letter is from Lahore. So it should have an object. Okay, now come to page number 173. The noun or pronoun that follows a preposition is said to be governed by the preposition and is called its object. A noun or pronoun. A noun or pronoun. This is a noun which is governed by a pronoun or a noun is to be said the object of the preposition. Okay? Now, exercise 3. Pick out the prepositions and its object in each of the following sentences. I will help you to do 1 or 2 sentences, then you will do it yourself. Okay? See, pick out the preposition and its object in each of the following sentences. He is blind in one eye. He is blind in one eye. Now, what you have to do? You have to pick up the preposition and the object of preposition. So what is the, you can say, what is the subject? Pick up the preposition. Okay, first pick up the preposition, in. And what is the object of in? He is blind in one eye. If you say how or what, you get the answer in one eye. This is the object. This is the preposition and this is the object. Number 2, his house is near mine. Near is the preposition and mine will become its object. So, it's very easy. You can find out the prepositions and its object. Exercise 3, this is all the copy work. You will complete the sentences. Okay? Now, exercise 4. Fill in the blanks with suitable prepositions. Exercise 4. Page number 173. Now it has become very easy. You can pick up the prepositions. You can fill in the blanks with suitable prepositions, with suitable prepositions. Okay. I had taught you in class 8. I don't know whether you remember or not. Pre means what? First of all, tell me pre. What is pre? Pre means the initial stage. As we say pre-medical, pre-junior. Okay? So this means the beginning stage. Possession you know. So preposition is known as the initial word or the initial stage. Number 1. look at page number 173. There are some pictures over here, and according to those pictures, you can use the preposition. The horse is, where is the horse? Where is the horse? If you put a question where for a preposition, you will get the answer. Where is the horse? The horse is under the stable. Stable means the house of a horse. Okay? Number 2, he got angry. Okay, then I will say, okay, I'm picking out the last one. It is raining. See, look at the picture. It is raining. When it is raining, what do? What do we take with us? Do you know? Mama says, oh, don't go to school, it's raining. Don't go to school without, baghair. Don't go to school without an umbrella. Here is the preposition, without. Okay, I hope you might have understood. Now, come to exercise 2. This is your video assignment. It is, there are 22 prepositions hidden in this grid. This is called grid. Can you find them? The words go either across or down. See, you can go across or you can go downside. You can go across or you can go downside. This is the grid and you have to find out the prepositions. This is your assignment. Do it in the copy. Draw the grid very nicely. Make the title page. Okay? And I will say you, at least I will tell you about 2 prepositions. AT. Look over here. AT. At. Number 1. Number 2. BESIDE. Have you seen? BESID. Beside. I've shown you 2 prepositions. Now you will take out 20 prepositions. Draw the diagram neatly and do it very nicely. Thank you so much. Video assignment. Video assignment. Okay? First of all, make a beautiful title page. Title page. Okay? And then number 1. Complete the, do exercise 2. 2, 3, 4. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. All this is copy work. And now you have learned about the prepositions. I think you have understood. Now, the second assignment is write a dialogue between 2 friends. On the year 2022. Use prepositions. I hope you have understood prepositions. Preposition is very, very important in the parts of speech. Suppose so I say you. Whenever you ask the question where, you will get the preposition. Where is the book? It is on the pages. Where is the green board? Where? It is behind me and it is in front of you. We have got two prepositions over here, one behind me and the other is in front of you. I hope you have understood. Whenever you ask where, you will take out the preposition. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Allah Hafiz. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome all the parents and the students of BCS with my open arms. Alhamdulillah, we have passed the adversities of 2020 and now we are going to enter the year 2021. But before starting my lecture, I pray to Almighty Allah, the most gracious and merciful, to forgive all of us. May the year 2021 bring us a lot of happiness, pleasures, and the blessings of Almighty Allah. I know the schooling system is not achieved by every student. It is very difficult. Anyways, I pray and request, may Shafqat Mahmood take a decision to open the schools from January 2021. Again, I will say, everything occurs by the order of Allah. Allah says, call me once, I will reply you 70 times. So, we must start or take a step reciting Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. I really request, being a teacher, I request the present government to please take a serious notice and open the schools from January. You know, the schools are closed. Of course, the students got the promotion, but it was an unjustification announcement because the merit students faced a lot of problems. They could not achieve that position which they had to get it. So, please, I request the present government to take a serious notice about the academic year. As you know, our great leader, Muhammad Ali Jinnah, always addressed in every speech that a nation can only progress when the students get a good quality of education. So please remember his wordings. This is the way, the prosperity to our nation. Now I commence my lecture in the name of Allah, the most beneficent and merciful. As you know, my dear children, last time I had taught you about the websites. I really think it was your favorite topic and you might have done all the work. But now I'm going to just teach you about the urban life and the suburb life and the inner city life. What is the difference between the inner city life and the suburb area? Actually, inner city life is like, you know, or like we are. I'm giving an example as Landi, Korangi. We are in the inner city. These places are very noisy. We have a lot of traffics, okay? And suburb means that area which is not connected with the city. I'll give you an example like Pakistan Steel Mill, Gulshan-e-Hadid. These are called the suburb area. And these areas are a little bit costly, but these areas have peaceful and good, quite safe and peaceful environment. Today I'm going to teach you is about two friends, Kate and Julia. You know, when they are two friends, we know about the likings and dislikings. Kate asks Julia. Julia has left the inner city and has moved to suburb area. Now Kate is asking her that have you moved? She says yes. It has been a week since I have left that place, but there is a lot of work to do. Then Julia says, how's this area? How are you feeling here? So she says it is a very peaceful area, quite safer and better than inner city. She says that she couldn't stand the noise and the traffic of the inner city. Then Julia is worried about a job. How will she come and how will she go? She says, no, it's not a big problem. I can get easily to my job on time. Then Julia says, the tickets, there are trains moving. So she says, the tickets are a little bit expensive. She says, yes. And then she says, of course, the house prices are also quite expensive. Then Kate says, yes, of course, but it has more rooms than that flat which we live in. And it has a big playground for the kids. Then Julia says, what about the restaurants, concerts, theaters, and all these things? She says, London is not so far. I can easily go to London and come back. I have not shifted to Southport. So have you understood what I said you? Okay? This is the channel book. This is Urban Life, Unit 6. I have given the brief way about this. I have made you understand everything. Okay? Now what you have to do, it's not necessary that you will just cram these dialogues. No. You can make dialogues of your own, because dialogues get influence in your English. You get improvement in your English. So always when you're at home, talk with your mother, talk with your father, with your brother, or with your sister. Okay? So I'm going to call my colleague and we are going to do a pair work. Okay?
So Julia, have you settled into your new house?
Yes, of course, since a week.
So do you prefer which city, means which place you prefer more, suburb or in the city?
I prefer suburb area.
It's a peaceful area according to you?
Yes, of course. It's very peaceful and it's quite safer than the inner city. There was a lot of noise in the inner city. I couldn't stand the noise, so I had to move.
But I am worried for your job. How do you reach over there? Don't you get late?
Oh my dear, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. I come and go according to my timings.
What about the house prices? I think it's too much expensive. I think so.
You're right. It's too expensive, but I have more rooms than the flat which I was living in. And I have a big playground for the kids.
Okay, fine.
Thank you. Goodbye. So you have seen we have done. After this, we always have functions and structures. In functions, making comparisons, you have seen that we have, I have told you more expensive, quite safer, okay? Describing a place. She is describing a place, Collie. Expressing preference. She is expressing her preference to suburb area. Agreeing and disagreeing. She is agreeing. She is agreeing with all the things which is suitable for her in the suburb area. Giving reason. She gives reason that this house is much bigger than the flat which I lived in, and it has a big playground. Now, what did she use? She used comparative form of adjective. More expensive, safer. So these are the comparative adjectives and adverbs. As you know, I have taught you. So you will do this. Now, I hope you have understood everything very nicely. Okay? Don't worry, everything is noted in the solution. You can get everything in the solution. See over here, urban life, lesson 1. The question, presentation. Where do you live in? The city center, in a suburb, or in a town, or in a village? Number 2, what do you like or dislike about living there? Now, you will write about your own town, city, or village in a paragraph. Then, there is question 2. Read the dialogue and answer the following questions. Tick the correct picture A, B, or C for each questions. Okay? Now, I'm going to read a listening transcript. Take a pencil in your hand, and here we have, this is the guide, and here we have one of the oldest London Underground maps. Of course, there are a lot more stations now, 275 in fact. Woman says, wow, that's a lot of tunnels. Guide, well, it's interesting to note that less than half of the underground is actually under the ground. Woman, why do they call it the underground then? Guide, that's a very good question. Man, excuse me, which is the biggest station? Guide, the station with the most platforms is Baker Street, but the busiest station is Victoria. More than 86 million people use the station each year. Man, of course, there's a railway station there too. Guide, that's right. Now, a very popular journey with Covent Garden. Can you all see it? Woman, oh yeah, I took that journey yesterday. It was very short. Guide, exactly. Londoners never take this journey because it's only 250 meters between the two stations. And what with going up and down escalators, it's quicker to walk. Man, some escalators just seem to go on and on. I was on one yesterday. It was never ending. Now, which station was it? Guide, it was probably Angel. Man, yes, that's right. Woman, oh yeah, I took that journey yesterday. It was very short. Exactly. Londoners never take this journey because it's only 250 meters between the two stations. And what with going up and down escalators, it's quicker to walk. Man, some escalators just seem to go on and on. I was on one yesterday. It was never ending. Now, which station was it? Guide, it was probably Angel. Man, yes, that's right. Guide, the escalator at Angel is the longest on the underground and one of the longest in Europe. It has 318 steps. Man, yes, it took a long time to reach the top. Guide, okay, over here we have some very old. I hope you have listened. Now, after listening, you will tick mark these things, okay? I hope you have understood about the suburb and the inner city, okay? Tomorrow is the 1st January 2021. May Allah bring lots of happiness, pleasure, and a very successful academic year for the students. Ameen. May the year 2021 bring a fortune for all of us. Goodbye. Allah Hafiz.